I'd like to start off with Magic Johnson. I just came on the scene, born in 1976, so making way. You know, my mother, she was this big Laker fan, and I believe where she is now, me believing that the good Lord allowed her to walk around in heaven. She passed on some years ago, but she was just such a big Lakers fan, and me growing underneath her, being raised by her, she bringing me up, me and my mother. And so Magic Johnson, his story, and how that pretty much ended. Uh, Man, it just I remember well the last All-Star game that we all, for who was watching, I believe it was, and he just was hitting all them three-pointers, hitting all them three-pointers. See, this was after that was discovered in his life, and so now I'm sitting here watching somebody who's dealing with it and still life carrying on. And starting with that being the intro to this very particular question. Yeah, there's the before you know, and then there's after you know, and then there's in between you waiting to know. And going back to the Magic Johnson story, it's just, you know, before I knew, that was Magic Johnson. Then there was in the waiting period, I believe pretty much he personally can give the details. But then there was after the waiting, and what was discovered and then shared amongst us, the viewers. And so with that said, my personal experience at it is, you know, come the pathway of life. There is, you know, if you touch that, you're going to get that. If you touch this, you're going to get this. In particular, it's the rights from wrong, the do's and the don'ts. And then there's the consequences on the other side. And, you know, I'm feeling to share where does life go from there. Well, we would have to get to that other side to see. And then I suppose it's just about being thankful what's on the other side. You know, you have such like a situation now, a chance to talk about such a thing, and then to just leave it in the dark as a traveling pestilence, and we don't know what's going on. But here we got some light shining on the issue, and I believe that's a great start at recovery, a great start at some nice three-pointers being made, like I was seeing in the Magic Johnson story. As he was wrapping that up, come all what was handed to us, come his conclusion. And so I believe that's pretty much it.